I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
So like stuff like that, it's all online.
You guys need like a hardcore graphics package. You gotta have like the big swoop in football graphics for this shit, you know?
Yeah.
Great. Logo looks good. I haven't seen the announcement. Or no, I had.
Are you doing karaoke with us?
I'm more of a backup singer. Maybe I'll back you up.
He's on the list. I saw he's on the list.
What? Who put me on that? That was
right. Aren't you on the list? You better be on the list for the limo at least.
Yeah, I'm on some limo list. I don't know. I just sign up. I say yes to everything that's been emailed to me so far, and I have no idea what any of it is. So, so it sounds great. So this is a pretty massive conference, eh? Like it's
it's the biggest one I've ever been to.
Yeah, like you could go every day and check out something new and not see the same thing twice. Kind of shit.
It is literally like the Disney World of conferences.
Wow,
so
crazy.
There's a northern hall that has tons of stuff in it. I think that like a few years ago that was where like the VR stuff was.
Is it pretty like concentrated, like all the VFX-y like software companies in the same area? And
yeah. You've got all the post-production stuff and like special effects is downstairs South Hall, and then upstairs you have other stuff, and then in the Northern Hall or whatever you've got lighting and cameras and everything. It's huge. Yeah. It's my favorite conference to go to. Dave, it's supposed to be showing live on the website.
In a minute, yeah. Takes a second to get there.
Weird.
It's there.
Oh. I don't see it.
Yeah, I just refreshed it. It's there.
Is it? Nope, I'm not getting it.
It's there.
I don't see it.
It's probably your browser cached or something. I'm looking at it right now. Okay, let's see. I need to get to the link.
Dave's links.
Sending out the bat signal.
Yeah, I still don't see it.
Yeah, your browser must have cached it or something weird.
So that could be a problem though.
Really? It's just because you were just on it.
Nope, I'm in incognito mode now, and it still is giving me that.
Well, that doesn't clear your cache.
Yeah.
Let's see. The bat signal's out. We're good there.
Microsoft Edge.
Oh yeah, the best, the fastest browser,
right?
Saves your batteries. Oh cool, I can do live green screening.
Nope. Even on Edge. We are not currently live. Please enjoy the archive in the meantime.
I don't know. Not something I can fix right now, though. They got
so
YouTube.
We're not. Okay.
I mean, how many people really go to the website to watch it the first day? Everybody's just on the subscription anyway. All right. Say something, Matt. You sound different all of a sudden.
1, 2, test 1, 2.
Yeah, you sound super like tinny all of a sudden. What happened?
You guys in your EQ, man.
Maybe it's just Skype. It might just be Skype.
Could be Skype.
Oh, cool. I'm on a billboard in a stadium now. That's so cool.
That's hilarious. Do I still sound terrible?
Not bad.
Yeah, but it just might be Skype just changed. Tap your mic. Okay. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know. It's all good. It's whatever. We gotta go live. So
Everyone is frozen.
Everyone is frozen.
All right, I'm gonna take our faces live here.
Sweet.
See our pretty faces. Hello.
Hello.
I see nothing. You didn't take us live, did you? Oh, there we are. All right. Hello, everyone.
What's up, bros? I guess you're not bros anymore. You're Moes.
We're Moes. Yeah.
You gotta shave your beards and get mustaches.
Oh man. All right, so we are live. I think we're good to go. It looks like everything's working here. So let's start recording. If
For
you
my face.
got your recording software.
Test 1 2. Test
What
1
up,
2.
Tokyo?
I'm going to
Chris is in the house.
To the internets. There we go. All right, I think everything is good here.
Everything's great on my
What's
end.
up, Phil?
Everything
Get back
is
to work.
Awesome. All right.
Oh, see, I wore that on the Christmas episode.
Yeah, that's appropriate. More appropriate than now. Now it's more of a straw hat kind of day.
Man, the tracking on that isn't very good.
It's terrible.
No, it's pretty bad.
It might be because you're at an angle, though.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah,
Like the
Look at that, everybody. Make sure that you come to
Get your beer cozy.
Yep. Make sure you come get this. I would show you the other side, but I don't know if I'm allowed to show you EJ's new logo yet.
Fancy.
The other side is EJ. All right.
Oh, okay. Now I see that it says we're live. Weird. All right.
Sometimes it just takes a second for that to kick in, do a little cron job. You know what I'm saying? Them cron jobs, right? Am I right?
Totally.
Sure.
All right. Are we all rolling? Looks like we're streaming on everything. Which is good. Look at that. We got people on both channels. That's great. We already got subscribers. All right. I am rolling over here.
I'm rolling over here.
I'll
Let's
turn
do
off
it.
my metronome.
I'm not rolling. I'll roll.
Check. 1, 2.
We doing the clap?
We will, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Everybody rolling?
Yep.
Yeah, yes.
All right. Let's do the clap. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right.
Boom.
And
Great show. Let's call
So
it good.
far, so good.
great show. And we're done. All right. All right. So you'll have to bear with us here.
Yep.
In case we screw up this new intro and stuff. But we'll do our regular intro. Matt will intro you. You'll say, "What's
Yes.
up, everyone?" And I'll go right into the spiel. And then we're just going to talk a lot about what's going on next week. We'll talk about your stuff. We'll talk about some links and some people's people, and we'll be out. Short.
Cool.
All right. You guys ready?
Yes.
Do it.
Here we go. What up and welcome to another Mograph Mocast. I'm Dave.
And I'm Matt, and joining us today is one of my favorite artists in all of 3D. You know him as the weird and wonderful Smearballs, Mr.
Hey, everybody.
Nick Denboer.
Live from Disney World.
Uh-oh, copyright infringement.
Uh-oh.
You want to get sued? And Mograph is a supplement to our site, mograph.com, which is a motion graphics tutorial site with plugins, tutorials, podcasts, and other Mograph stuff. And on the show, we talk about everything ranging from motion graphics to Cinema 4D, After Effects, plugins, render engines, doing business, doing taxes, being a contractor, or working for the man. And you can email us, info@mograph.com. Let us know what you think about the show. Give us topic ideas, comments, concerns, and grievances.
Mm-hmm.
And
Now, I would just like to start off by saying, yes, it is April Fool's Day,
yes.
but this is not
This is not a joke.
This is serious.
This is not a joke.
Stop
Yeah.
asking me if it's a joke, everybody. No, it's not a joke.
Yeah,
Actually,
we're officially moved over.
yeah, we have something else that's actually people probably would think is more of a joke, but it's real. We'll talk about
Yeah.
that in a second. You may
Yeah.
have noticed, beside the fact that Smearballs is here,
Wearing his beautiful hat.
yes,
It's called a
wearing
lady
funny
hat.
hats. You also might have noticed that this is the Mograph podcast now. It's a lot less bro a little more Mo.
Yeah.
So
way
we're
more
here.
Mo.
We've made the change, the transition. It's honestly the same show. It's not going to really be any different for the most part, except maybe less of the Tim Allen grunting, that kind of thing.
I saw that joke written. I saw that joke written, and I was like, "Oh, he's gonna say it, isn't he? He's gonna make the joke. He's gonna make the joke."
I usually don't write any of that stuff down. I usually leave that out, and I highlight it for me only. But
man.
So stupid. No. So stupid. Oh my gosh, the 90s. Anyway,
so hair.
We're gonna be making like a.
That actually looks
nice
good
hair.
on me.
We're gonna be making a slow transition over to Mograph. We've got a temporary website up right now until we get some of the other pieces rolling out. We got a lot more coming later this year, and right now we're starting with the show. We didn't want to sit around and wait until everything was completely ready, or else it would just take forever to have everything ready and hit the button. So we got to do it in pieces.
Yeah. Exactly. That way we can, the biggest thing with branding is you gotta be able to bring people over, to your new brand and stuff. And we're really excited about this brand, and we've got, things that we're going to be rolling out over the course of the next, the rest of the year and stuff like that. So,
it's an honor.
Start with the
it's
podcast.
An honor to be the first Mograph podcast
No,
guy.
The honor is all ours to have you on the show. Honestly.
Well, thank you. It's good for both of us. And it's not a joke.
Not a joke.
No, that is not an April Fool's.
Mm-mm.
No, but we would like to really thank the community for everything. We started this as nothing. We started this as literally the two of us hanging out and doing motion graphic stuff, and then we did the podcast not live on our own, and then that kind of started getting traction, and we got Slack, and just everybody in it is part of the whole. Like it's so great. Like you make it what it is. It's amazing that it's grown how it has. We've got 600 members in the Slack channel. Yeah. And it's just so hard to keep up with. It's the community has just exploded. Yes. So I can't wait to hang out with everybody and have a lot of fun in Vegas. There's something else that we wanted to talk about now because we have been working with the Monday meeting guys. I guess you would say is their official name, which is Liam and Mark, and we have a little video that we want to show you today about a new project we've been working on. We've been teasing it just a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and play this real quick first, and then we'll talk about it.
Have you noticed lately that we've begun to spend more and more time in front of our computers, and less time talking to each other? Is modern motion design stressing you out? This fall, treat yourself to Camp Mograph on the lake shore in beautiful Vermont. Spend time getting back to artistic basics with some good old-fashioned conversation and bonding. Join discussions with camp counselors about creative direction, theory, and business around the campfire. For more information, go to campmograph.com or write your info on a 3x5 card and mail it to Camp Mograph. Vermont has a cabin waiting just for you and your Mograph friends. Camp Mograph, for memories that will last a lifetime.
Yeah, it's not quite new. I guess it's not. We're not there yet.
So that's a little bit of something that we're working on. If you are listening to the audio version of the show, of course, you can always check the show notes. We'll have a link to that in the show notes. Yep. And you can check it out. That is not a joke. That is really something that we're doing, and we're really excited about it. We have some incredible plans.
Super duper excited. We got to take a tour of it the other day, and every time we talk to the people over there or whatever, like we get super excited. Yeah. Because this is going to be amazing. So
what can we talk about right now? I don't even know anymore.
So next week, if you listen to next week's show,
the live one from NAB.
The live one from NAB. Normally, what we do is we've got a bunch of people on, and I'm assuming we're probably going to do the same thing, but we'll start with the four of us. me, Dave, Mark, and Liam, and we're going to lay it all out. So make sure you're listening for next week's show, and we'll kind of spill all the details. So, but what we're going to kind of tease this week is some of the activities and workshops that you can expect to see while there. Excuse me. Let's see. Let me go to the Camp Mograph
What's my official
website.
stance on this?
No, I just need to know. I want to make sure I don't mess anything up. So I
Okay.
need to go to the secret site.
Well, while you're doing
You know.
that, I also want to say, as far as you can keep looking for that, but
Yeah, no, I'm ready.
oh, as far as the Mograph.com YouTube channel, make sure you sign up for that. We are simulcasting on the old channels as well, but we won't be doing that forever, so that's a big deal. Plus, we really want to start building our audience on this new channel as well. That's always a hard thing to do, to start over.
Yeah.
You know, so one of the things that, of course, we want to do is hit 100 subscribers now that the channel's live, so that we can get a custom URL and start doing all the things that you can do when you have an actual audience. So please help us get an actual audience on the Mograph YouTube channel, and that's where you're going to see all the notifications and all that other kind of stuff when we go live and all of that. I'm not sure how long we're going to be doing the other streams on the other channels. We'll keep it up for a while until we feel like we've got everybody moved over, but I want to make sure that everybody's aware before. I know sometimes people might miss a week or whatever. So, okay, back to your spiel. Back to your spiel.
Back to the spiel. Okay,
Schmoozy
so the camp is going to be amazing. It's from October 3rd to October 6th in what is it? North. I always get this messed up. I always say North. I always want to say North Hope, you know, but it's North Hero, Vermont.
I thought it was Lake. Oh yeah. Okay.
It's on
Lake,
Lake
on the
Champlain.
shores of Lake. Yeah.
On the shores, off the shores of Lake Champlain.
Yeah,
So
and Mark's in the chat too. He could probably answer some questions too.
That's close to Canada. That's right close to Canada.
It is.
That's
yeah,
why you
it's
should
actually.
be
Yeah,
so
that's closer than I thought.
It is an hour and a half away from Montreal, and it's about 45 minutes from the Burlington, Vermont airport, and I think they said it was about 3 hours away from Boston. So, if you guys are or girls are planning to come to the camp, there's a lot of really cool stuff you can expect to participate in and do. So we're offering a bunch of we've got a bunch of workshops that we want to do. Now these aren't officially set in stone yet, but they're pretty close. We're still working on some of the teachers and stuff like that. But we want to do a very non-traditional kind of
retreat.
Meetup.
It's a retreat.
Yes, it's a retreat.
Yeah.
So like
put
we're
down your
thinking,
computer a little bit and actually
put down your computer. Yes.
Yeah.
It's actually a sex cult. It's gonna get weird. It's gonna get really weird.
Forgot to tell you.
Sorry, my wife is texting me.
She doesn't know we're doing the show early. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay, so what our biggest thing from the very beginning was we want people to be able to chill and relax. We don't want people to worry about like computers or blah blah blah. So we decided we want to go for very hands-on,
very back to basics.
Yeah,
type
a
stuff.
very hands-on type approach where it's not your traditional all right, everyone now click this button and blah blah blah. There's not going to be any computers. It's going to be
there may be a couple computers for a couple presenters, maybe for some really very basic things, but this is like hands-on stuff.
Yeah, we're still working out all the details, but as far as what the workshops, how we will take care of them, but all of them are going to be very non-traditional. It's going to be things that you can take over to your 3D or your design skills. Like, for example, sculpting. So we're going to do a sculpting class with actual clay and stuff like that, and kind of talk about how you can take real life aspects of real sculpting and then bring it over into ZBrush or Cinema 4D or something like that. We want to do some my biggest thing is I always feel like people can get so much more out of like just basic design principles and stuff. So we want to do a design principles course or workshop and a color theory workshop. We've got a principles of animation workshop, and all of these will be done in a very non-traditional kind of way. So it's going to be very hands-on and super fun. Now that's some of the workshops that we're going to be offering. And on top of that, you've got, this is a summer camp.
This is a YMCA.
So this is, yeah.
So we're going to like super old school, just like the video, super old school, like 80s camp vibe.
So what's awesome about it is you can come to the camp and you can do a lot of these, you know, non-standard workshop stuff where you're kind of like meeting with professionals and like learning and meeting everyone else, but you can also go do all the standard camp stuff. We've got tennis and basketball and fishing and archery and canoeing, ping pong, baseball, volleyball, dodgeball. They've got a frisbee golf range, a climbing wall, and so much more.
And there's going to be like nighttime campfire chats, that kind of thing. And that's what we're really excited about, because people can get back to talking to each other, like the video says, and just kind of relax and really get to know people and unplug for a little bit. You know, it's like, will there be internet and Wi-Fi there? Yeah, there's some. You know, but that's not really what it's about. It's not to go like sit in front of your computer the whole time. This is camping, and this is roughing it. This is you know, this is in a cabin with a wooden bunk bed type situation. You know, this ain't the Ritz. This is like, you're gonna rough it. You know,
it's like AA for people with internet addictions.
Right, there you go. That's a good way to look at it. I totally like it.
Sit in the circle at the campfire. Be like, my name is Nick, and I have a problem.
I spend 15 hours a day rendering.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to Octane. That's funny.
So but we'll have more details next week, unless you have anything else. But we're going to be doing a show on late Monday night from NAB.
Yeah, after the Medium Ocean Ball. So we're going to do a podcast after that. This is going to be mega super fun. Now, here's the thing. We've got a limited amount of space. You know, it's not like some big convention that we can just have everyone show up to. But there is a limited amount of space, and we've had a lot of people sign up to subscribe already to hear about when tickets are going to be launched and stuff like that. So I would highly recommend you going online, campmograph.com, and subscribing to hear when everything is going to be announced. So, and that could be, actually, I think we say it on the site, don't we?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we do.
Let me just double check before I start. Yeah, registration opens April 20th. So
420. And like Tesla Rock says in the chat, so basically all people do is get high and have good times. I'm in. I don't know. Is it legal there? I have no idea.
It is not.
It is not.
It is not. It is decriminalized, though.
Oh, it's decriminalized. But there will be beer. So we will be fine.
Gotta be careful about how much we're going into it.
There will be beer. I think we can say we'll have beer. That there will be beer there. People are going to want to know, are we going to be able to drink with our friends?
Yeah, so
yes,
I mean,
you will be able to drink with your friends.
Okay, so I mean, I guess this is kind of activities, whatever. We're gonna wait a week. So I mean, we're planning on having a few like social get-togethers every night and stuff like that. So it's gonna be fun. Yeah, you know.
I know people want to know more, and we have like so much, and I just, you know, we'll wait. Is that Bugs Bunny not copyright infringement on the?
Oh shit! Should I delete that?
No, it's fine.
Sorry guys.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm just messing.
Got
with
a generic.
YouTube's gonna ding us.
Got a generic elephant.
There we go.
There you go.
It's better.
Covering up your microphone.
Yeah.
Who needs drugs when you have elephants?
Pink elephants.
Right.
Bugs Bunny.
Right. Oh man. All right. So that's fun. Let's talk about some motion graphics stuff. We're gonna start out. Oh, by the way, stop telling me my render is fire when I post things like the Camp Mograph video, because it's obvious that you're a freaking bot. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I love that you're telling bots that.
Yeah.
Hey bots, stop doing that.
No, I don't think it's just bots. I think people have real accounts that they want to use, but they want to get like some sort of like clout, so they put these. There must be some piece of software that people are using to do these automatic. That renders fire, yo.
Are you serious? You get that a lot? Like it's just the exact same comment.
It's like a picture of an advertisement for this week's show, and it's just data. It's just like text on a screen. You know, that render is fire. You mean the Photoshop I did that said new podcast on 420? I don't know. Like what? That's stupid. Anyway, let's talk about some Ravcock. What's your flavor?
What's your flavor? Okay, for those who are just moving over to the Mograph podcast, let's do like a little background. Ravcock is basically our version of Render Wars. If you listen to some other podcasts where they did Render Wars, it's basically, what is it? Redshift, Arnold, V-Ray, Corona, Octane. What were the other ones? Cycles.
And Cycles.
And Cycles, yeah.
So we really don't like talk about all those render engines that much anymore.
No, this is basically just the section where we talk about different render engine news and stuff like that.
It's just such a cool acronym. You just can't change it.
Yeah. Ravcock, what's your flavor? What's your flavor? Which flavor of render engine are you using?
So let's start with Octane. We're gonna go through the engines today because because Smearballs, Mr. Balls. I know that you.
I love my Octane.
you've got different ones you work with, but Octane's your main one, right?
Yeah, well, it's almost exclusive. I'm using Arnold right now because I have to for a job, but it's super pissing me off. And I miss Octane, so.
Buckets.
We can talk about Octane. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. But
Which
Octane
version?
Rules, man.
Are you on 2018 already, or are you still on 4?
I just installed 2018 yesterday, but I haven't been using it because I've been stuck in Arnold World.
I have. I installed it the other day, and Cryptomat. Have you messed with Cryptomat at all?
No. What is it?
It's okay. So basically, you just enable it, and it doesn't take any additional time to render. You know. So, and it will export out every single material or every single object as its own individual color, you know, so that you can go through and you can actually select individual things so that you've got your matte immediately. It had
that ID mats before, the same kind of color render, right? Or is it just faster version of that?
Yeah, it's basically so. When you would render out like IDs and like render layers or whatever, it would always send an extra 128 samples, to render those out. This is basically free. It renders that out before it even starts rendering your image.
Wow.
That's amazing. It doesn't take any additional time. It's very cool. It's super duper cool. Now, if you're using something like motion blur or depth of field, it doesn't keep that information.
Oh, okay.
So that's where you would be more likely to use the layer IDs and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm excited to try that Vectron stuff, man. I've been drooling over Octane Jesus's renders there the last few months, and I want to get on that stuff. I haven't seen too many people mixing that stuff with objects. It's mostly just free abstract. I'm excited to kind of have stuff floating through there and do some stupid shit with it. It's gonna be fun.
There's gonna be a naked body in there somewhere.
It's probably gonna be some nudity. Can't avoid it. But the Spectron, that light volumetrics looks pretty amazing too. I haven't seen too much in-depth videos about that, but
yeah. Now, is that in 2018 or was that delayed to 2019?
Was it? I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'm still in 4. That's the problem. The Spectron, the new light stuff.
I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure.
See, I'm waiting until I get back from NAB to move over because we've just been working on too many things.
Yeah.
I will say
they solved that. Sorry to interrupt. The displacement, where it meets up. Is that solved now? I thought I saw that
I think that might be in 2019. I don't know. I haven't done displacement yet in 2018.
You're talking about where it's supposed to get rid of tearing and stuff.
Tearing and where two objects meet up, things don't line up sometimes, or tiling and what.
That's one of my biggest gripes. Displacement. I mean, it's great that displacement is free. It doesn't take much additional time, but it's if it doesn't look good, you can't use it.
Yeah. Yeah. My biggest problem is that when you have displacement maps on a moving mesh, motion blur doesn't work. On Octane. That's what pisses me off. I'm always using the pixel motion blur in After Effects these days, but
don't use pixel motion blur.
No
Or
RSMB?
Yeah, you need
RSMB?
some RSMB.
Is it that much better? Yeah.
It is a million times faster.
Oh, really?
Pixel
Yeah,
motion
it's a lot
blur,
faster.
Yeah.
like, sucks. It's
Wow.
so slow.
Yeah, totally. I
Yeah,
didn't know
dude,
it was that much
RSMB,
faster.
it's like, what is it, like $100 or something?
And you can export a vector pass
Yeah.
as well. That'll really
Yeah.
help you. Don't just throw the stock Pro RSMB on there like Matt does.
Yeah.
Do a vector pass.
The
Cool.
thing
It
is,
actually works
things are
really
going
well.
so fast that, you don't always notice it.
Yeah,
You
it
know?
can do some weird smudgy things sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially with fast stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Let's
but-
see. I'm trying to see how much it is.
It's
I swear
relatively
only
cheap. It's like
Yeah.
100 and change.
Oh, pricing. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Pricing. Yeah. Real Smart Motion Blur for version 6, $109.
Cool.
Oh, the Pro
put it on
version's
Steam.
$170. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, you should just buy it.
Yeah.
Like, you'll be impressed how much time
Just
you're
speed,
saving.
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Add it
what,
to the pile.
what other render?
Right.
So you've got that in 2019 is gonna have some other vector stuff too, like some more intricate vector stuff. Like the sample he had for 2019, he had an ear that was forged
Oh,
out of
right.
something
Like it does the 3D.
like 3D vector. It's based
Oh, yeah,
on like,
I've-
Yeah, vector
I
displacement.
was wondering
or
about
whatever.
that. Does that mean it can actually do displacement and then cut into it? Like it's not just
Yeah.
popping out 2D, it's
Yeah.
actually 3D? Wow.
Yeah.
but I think the
That's
way
pretty
that you I don't know how you build those
So-
vector or those like displacement maps though with they're like weight
okay,
maps
so
or something
similar,
with weird colors.
similar to okay, I'm hoping I'm saying this correct. If you've done any sculpting in Cinema 4D and then exported out the displacement mesh or whatever, you can export it out as either a vector displacement or just a flat,
Displacement.
XYZ or whatever. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so I think it's I don't know. I don't know, but you can do it. I know you can do it in stock Cinema 4D when you're doing the sculpting stuff, so that you can put high res displacement onto a low res poly.
So I know you're working in Arnold right now. So have you tried the GPU beta yet?
I haven't, just because honestly I'm like new to everything. I like learned how to use Maya and Arnold in like a day so that I could render some stuff. Actually, Tokyo Megaplex there, he hooked me up with his buddy Miguel, who's been doing some rendering for me, but I had to also pick up and do some renders from here. And I'm doing this kind of crazy project. I can't totally talk about it yet, but it's for it's for KFC, and we're doing a pretty high detailed character. And I'm working with this guy named Dan Rorty, who's an amazing character artist. And he built this rig that's so detailed. It's like every little part of the face is like rigged with a slider, and like it's really unbelievable. And the hair was like insane. Like there's millions and millions of hairs.
Is this the one where like the video was posted the other day and it was showing like moving the little pieces of the face and stuff? Is that the same one? I'm thinking like it went viral or something.
Don't think nothing's been released yet.
Oh, okay.
It's probably like that. It's pretty insane rig. But the I couldn't find a way to make the pipeline work to get that hair into Cinema 4D. Like we tried using like actual physical geometry, and I could open it, but it was like impossible to work with. But the biggest problem was just getting the hair color to translate. There's no way to bake that to a UV. It was just impossible. So I'm like, all right, I kind of
you're like, all right, so I'm gonna learn Maya in a day.
I'm gonna have to learn Maya in a day.
I'm sure the
You know
interface
what?
was just super easy to learn and super
God,
intuitive.
honestly, making cracking open Maya and just doing a few tutorials, I was able just to figure out how to just open shit, pose stuff, light it, and render it in a few hours. It wasn't too bad, but it just made me appreciate the simplicity of the Cinema 4D UI, man.
Yeah,
like it's
for
so
sure.
all these sub menus and just needing to know to click one stupid thing in Maya. Like I remember that about Max when I first learned Max. I would have to like relearn the program a million times, and Cinema just like sticks, So
Max isn't quite as bad as Maya, but
but there's so much under the hood. Like Maya's pretty impressive, and Arnold too. Like it's pretty awesome. It's just the slowness of the renders is killing me. I'm like,
well,
really?
you probably don't have a lot of CPU power because you do so much GPU stuff too.
Yeah, I've got an i9 12 core. It's not bad, but it's like it's not like
that's not bad when you're doing
buckets.
GPU, but when you're doing Arnold on just that, then that's gonna be
Yeah, totally. We've been sending some stuff to Pixelplow, and that's been helping
Oh,
it.
yeah.
So, but,
Pixelplow, by the way, they just did an update. They updated their Redshift. So Redshift is now at 2. Let me see. Oh, there it is. 2.6.38, and then they also they finally have X particles in their R20 instances of Pixelplow. So
Yes,
you can now use.
Sage says, "Bite your tongue, Dave." He's talking about Max because he's like, "Max is garbage." Sorry, Max users. Well, I learned on Max. That's why I know Max. You know, I learned, a lot on. I mean, I didn't learn 3D on it, but
I enjoyed Maya when I used it. But yeah, it's the same thing to me. It was the same thing as like opening up Houdini for the first time, where it's like, oh man, there's a lot of shelves and stuff like that. Totally. I don't know what I'm doing. So
even just like this project I'm working with is like super complicated with just tons of textures and everything like that, and just linking everything and being able to share a project to someone else. It's like not as smooth as I'm used to. Yeah. But once it works, it's great. But
that's good that you were able to figure out how to mess with it and render it and everything in just a couple of hours. That's awesome.
Because that's a tough thing to have.
More like
to
half a day, but yeah.
Jumping into anything that you're unfamiliar with to try and like knock something out is super difficult.
Big time. But it's I kind of lucked out. I'm sure I could have run into a snag for 4 hours. That would have screwed me over. I just probably got lucky hitting the right tutorials and figuring it out. But I was kind of like wanting to try the GPU thing, and I'm like, it's like, I had to use Maya 2017 because that's what it was built in, and it wasn't working in 2019. And I'm like, I'm not going to throw another monkey wrench at this by trying some beta software. So, but I would like to try it. I love the look of Arnold renders. I'm getting great results out of it.
I do too. I really like the way it looks. Yeah.
So what other projects are you working on right now that are
anything you can talk about?
Talk about.
Well, we just wrapped this thing. I wasn't fully 100% on it. My pal Fez, I passed this job off to, but we did another KFC thing the other day for Ultra Music Festival. It was like a super last minute.
I loved it. I loved it. It's so funny. It
got a little bit of backlash online.
I think it's hilarious because I'm going through my feed, and I don't know if they're just like catering to me because I liked some of the KFC videos you guys have done, but literally this was like an ad or something I saw on Reddit or something like that where it's like Colonel Sanders showed up at this festival, and I ended up watching the entire thing, So awesome. I knew it had to have been you.
Yeah, they came to me and were like, okay, we want to reuse stuff that you made for the KFC Comfort Zone thing on this thing. And I was looking at it all, and I'm like, well, there's like chicken pot pies in every single shot of that, and this has nothing to do with pies, right? So we had to build some new content, but we did reuse some stuff from the Comfort Zone. Yeah. But they came to us, I don't know, it was like 8 days or something before the festival, and wanted this stuff done on an 8K pixel map, like this massive render. And I was busy on this other project I was just talking about, the Maya thing. Yeah. So I just probably spent 3 days just pumping out. I 3D modeled the kernel's head and just made some bopping in Signal, and just busted out some renders with Alpha. It gave them to my buddy Fez, and then he used Resolume software to make a whole bunch of abstract backgrounds and overlays and stuff like that. Yeah. Because he can just pump that shit out in real time, and then then he just pulled up 3 all-nighters in a row comping it and sent it out. So it went pretty smoothly and fast, and luckily there was no room for them to have notes.
Is this it? Is this it right here?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
So okay. Oh, that's pretty funny though. They have someone with the Colonel Sanders head like he's Dead Mouse or something.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I'm getting it now. Oh yeah, and that stuff behind him is very recognizable as your work.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There was some definite backlash online though. It's pretty funny. I think Marshmallow was like, "Oh, I could think of other artists who would be better have on stage than Colonel Sanders," and I think he deleted his tweet. But it's KFC probably paid out the ass for this and paid.
Sure.
Yeah. paid his fee.
Marshmallow's like, I can't believe someone stole my idea of putting a giant head on while I'm doing a set.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
wait.
was totally his idea, for sure.
Yeah. Oh. So what other things are you working on?
I'm doing this other thing that's kind of a giant pain in the ass, but it's like a labor of love. It's I agreed to do it, and it's like no budget. It's like the art rock band, the Residents. They're like, I would say they're kind of like a precursor to Devo. They've been around since like '69
I'm probably not
or
cool
something.
enough to know who it is.
They're like the dudes with the tuxedos and an eyeball head with a top hat. I don't know, four guys. Anyway, they've got like 60 albums, and this guy Gary Yost, he actually is the guy who originally made 3ds Max.
Eyeballs. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, this guy Gary Yost came up to me and asked if I wanted to work on this thing, and I've kind of listened to some of their albums way back in the day and was like, oh my god, they're still around, and like they're like, the main guy's like 76 years old. This guy Homer Flynn.
Oh my gosh, you guys, have you seen their website?
No.
Did you design their website?
No, I
didn't.
didn't.
Very much your style.
Well, send me the link. I'll put the link in the dingus, and
All right.
I'll open it up.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. So they've just done weird shit for decades, right? So I'm doing a VR music video for them.
Nice.
They shot a performance in San Francisco that's like this he's like the lead singer's wearing this like cow outfit, and it's actually pretty heavy music. It's crazy watching a 76-year-old guy like throw down and scream and shit. So I replaced the audience with this giant coliseum, and it's like the song's called Die Die Die, so there's going to be all these like deaths and crazy shit happening in this coliseum, and it's very like kind of Roman architecture. So it's like but it's also a big 8K render because they shot on this crazy VR camera that's like super high res and stereo. So it's a nightmare.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, stereo,
Jeez.
8K.
Oh god, stereo 8K. Oh.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucked. But I'm doing it all in cinema. There's not gonna be a ton of After Effects comp shit. It's just like render it out and whatever. So
there's next year's NAB presentation right there.
There you go.
It's gonna be crazy, but it's it's fun, and I've got like most of the year to work on it, so it's cool. And then what else am I doing? I'm working on a video content for inside a video game for these guys at Typhoon Studios.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's content for inside a video game. So this is like video that plays in the game?
Yeah. So like there's like a home base in the game, and then we're making these weird commercials that play while you're in your home base. So it's like a fake Martian exploratory game. It's like a free roam kind of thing, and it actually looks pretty cool.
So it's kind of like in Grand Theft Auto, whenever you'd go into the movie theater and you'd watch like a movie or something
or your
like
house,
that.
and the TV's sitting there playing the.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
so
funny.
I first passed off this job to my buddy Davey Force, who I did the chickening with, and all kinds of stuff. And he knocked off like 3 hilarious commercials, and then they came back to me and were like, we want more. So I, kind of tried to knock something out in a week, and it's taking a little longer than I thought. But it's a fun project, so I'm just kind of chipping away at my spare time.
That's cool, man.
Nice.
And then the rest of the time, just planning for this NAB presentation.
Yeah.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. This is your first one. This is your first presentation from Axon as well, right? And your first NAB?
It's pretty amazing that they asked me. I know you guys kind of had a hand in recommending me there.
Heck
Thank you for that. That's amazing.
No, here's the thing. I recommended you last year.
Oh,
I think what got them on board was I said, you guys don't know Smearballs, and so we're all at dinner on Sunday night, and I pull out my phone and I pull out your reel, and you literally had the entire area laughing. Like they're just like, yeah, we got to get this guy. So
amazing. That's great. Well, it's gonna be super fun. I'm excited, and it's like a ton of heavy hitters to be up there with.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh my! I was joking before. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Go up and just present stuff I learned on these other guys' tutorials already? Like, and now here's the guy who actually taught me how to do this shit. It's cool. But no, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna crack open a bunch of my old projects. I'm gonna go deep into the Dead Mouse video with all the tracking and projection mapping and the character builds on that.
There's a lot going on in that video.
So I'm going to do a pretty thorough breakdown or whatever I have time for. I'm going to crack open some Old Spice videos. There's a couple scenes in the chickening I'm going to open up. And what else? So that's some of the KFC stuff.
That Dead Mouse one, like, you were working on that for a while, right?
Yeah.
I think it was about 3 months of work spread out. Like, it's kind of hard to say. Just that intro shot took me over 3 weeks or something like that. Just that driveway shot was like...
Yeah, because I remember you showing us that.
When we were in Canada.
Well, we were up there.
Yeah. And it was like... It was also dumb because I did that in 4K and it totally didn't need to be done in 4K. But it's like, you know...
Did you do the rest of it in 4K?
I did it all, yeah. The whole thing was in 4K.
Yeah,
I want to start like myself. Yeah, no, it's totally awesome that it happened. But I was like, at the time, it was like just a fun project, and then it turned into a full-blown music video. So once you set the bar, you got to keep going with it, right?
That 4K stuff too is just like, man, it just ups the render times and the After Effects times.
Totally. And just working with Octane with projection map 4K video textures is a pretty big drag.
Yeah.
But
the video for Camp Mograph that I exported in standard definition in Premiere, it took 7 seconds to export that 1 minute video because it's so small. It's like, oh man, remember when we used to work with standard def and it took so long?
We'd set something to render and it'd be an hour long and it would be standard def.
Yeah. It's crazy. But nowadays, like I've had a lot of opportunities through different pitch processes, going to different studios in LA and whatnot, where people have like massive libraries of old TV shows and stuff. Like I had a meeting with Norman Lear about doing an All in the Family remix where we take that old footage that's on like beta cam, or I thought they shot it in film, but they actually shot that shit in beta.
Really?
And I start looking at it and I'm like, to rotoscope this shit at 640 by 480 or whatever the hell it's at, it's like, it just looks like shit, and it's really hard to kind of make something really polished and cool, except for the close-ups. Like you can take the close-ups and cut out a head and it's decent, but as soon as you get a wide shot, it's like unusable to kind of make something. You know,
gotta wait for that AI up-resing stuff to get real big.
Yeah, right.
That's gonna be cool, man. If AI up-resing can actually get that good, you could just take old VHS and up, even like your old home movies. You could take your old home movies and have high-definition video of your childhood.
Totally.
That'd be sweet.
It's gonna start like in showing where all kinds of criminal activity's been taking place between the pixels too. You know,
yeah, right.
Stuff
that's
going
where
on.
I left my toy. Like, remember, that's that toy I lost. Enhance. You can actually enhance.
Oh, totally.
You know, that'll be real.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think any other projects. I'm sure there's other stuff on the back burner I'm not thinking of, but yeah, that's kind of the current stack, and all the stuff I've turned down because I don't have time to do it.
Yeah,
But send them our way.
Yeah, sure. I will on some stuff. But...
Matt's like, send them our way. We're overloaded about to leave out the door for NAB trying to finish projects, but send them our way.
Yeah. Well, yeah, once we get back.
Yeah, once we get back for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been very fortunate to have a really good first quarter, so I'm hoping that the rest of the year is that way. It sounds like a lot of our friends too are having really good years so far.
Here's the thing, though, like that I've noticed, and this is how I can see that how companies can grow, you know, because we started training Pickle Nick, our little guy, which if you're coming to NAB, you'll get to meet Pickle Nick.
Yeah.
But he's he started just I from the second I felt like Nick was like, good to go, I was like, all right, I'm gonna take every piece of work that people offer me, no matter what. And if I don't want to take it, I'm just send it over to Nick. Let Nick handle it,
My camera died here, guys.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's all right.
He's pulling a Keanu Reeves speed right now.
What's that?
Where his camera's frozen. There we go. Oh, boy. Oh,
Is he switching the batteries?
Oh, I don't know. Anyway. But it's like, I can see how a company can grow, because once we started like not turning away work and taking everything that came in, You know, it's like
well, within reason. I mean, we're not taking anything stupid, but
yeah.
Yeah,
And
totally.
it's got to be within our same normal price and stuff like that. But you know, we're able to pass it off, and it's been nice. This quarter has been very good to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. It's been good. I started the year like the first 2 months doing dailies and dicking around.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
and then shit just got crazy busy. Well, I got sick
real.
for 2 weeks, and then it got busy as nuts. So
Yeah.
hard to keep
The
that shit up.
dailies were
here.
great. They were looking
thanks,
good.
man.
Did you
Yeah,
continue, or did you just eventually stop?
Well,
I like how you finished the first month and you're like, oh man, it's either keep going or stop now.
I did 2 months, but it was like, I don't know, man. It's super fun, and it really didn't take that much time. But it's like, I got sick for 2 weeks, like deathly flu and the gout on top of that shit. So I'm like in the flu and I can't fucking walk, and I'm like, okay, this daily ain't happening anymore for now. I finally was like, all right. And then all my jobs kicked in at once, and I was like, okay, fuck. But I'll get back into it. I'm gonna pull up, May's looking like it's pretty chill, so
yeah,
I get back in the game. It's super fun, and it's like, I don't know, it's just good to kind of like get new challenges and kick something out.
Totally.
And learn while you're doing it,
Yeah.
So it's not finished yet, but we'll dive back in. Did you guys ever do that? Did you?
We've done a few dailies and stuff. I'm more of like a tinkerer.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like to necessarily put out a render, but I like to tinker with all the toys.
Sure,
right.
It's like, I don't want to spend the time making a polished thing just to show that I know how to use a particular software.
You have to have a reason to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't mind releasing those.
Like I did that little robot thing for fun. It's just, that was just I had an idea. I actually had an idea. I wasn't just sitting there like with a blank slate. Like, I wanted to do more, but man, we've been way too slammed for that. So
yeah, if I've got time, I like to open up like a piece of software that I don't know that well and just kind of tinker around.
I've been doing that with ZBrush. I bought it like 2 months ago or something like that, and it was pretty frustrating at first, like more so than Maya, like just looking at it and being like, why is this so counterintuitive? I was like screaming at it the first couple days, like even just opening an OBJ, having to open it like a brush instead of just like, hey, load a fucking model that I can mess with here. It's just so like odd the way they set it up. And but eventually, like, you pound away at it for a week and you get used to it. It's kind of that initial anger goes away.
Yeah, I think you spend like 3 days in any one program and you'll get a pretty good understanding of some of it,
Totally. I just really wanted to learn the retopo process for scans. Like, when you get scans. So that was amazing to learn, like, and clean up models. It's like the biggest
What is your process in that? Because I would love
So you basically, you use a Z remesher in ZBrush, and it kind of puts like a square, grid over your it just remeshes your model, and it does a really amazing job kind of out of the box. And then you kind of set new UVs, and then you use this like third-party software called XNormal, which is a free piece of software. And you basically point that software at your old original messy UV where the UVs are all over the place, and then you point it at your new one, and it just converts it, and it just like gives you this killer new unwrapped
free app to bake texture maps.
Yes,
like
and
normal
it's
maps
amazing.
and ambient occlusion. That's cool.
So so you use the Z remesher, take these ugly scans, clean them up in ZBrush, and then pump it out, and you get these beautiful, perfect, nice UVs.
Nice.
It's amazing.
That's
so
nice.
I wanted to learn that because I was paying people to do that for me on all these scans, and I'm just like, I just gotta figure out how they're fucking doing this.
Yeah.
So that was.
I've done
Skip
some
the
of the
middleman.
retopo work in cinema, but that was always with me sculpting it myself. Never having to actually retopo it through there. So
but there's a very specific problem. It's like those weird UVs that are all over the place. And how else do you do it? You reproject the textures on yourself and start like doing a weird Photoshop cobble. I don't know. It's like super difficult. But it works amazing.
Tokyo Megaplex was asking you about UV Master in ZBrush.
Oh, I don't know.
UV Master.
Oh yeah, maybe. I don't even remember. What's UV Master?
Have to check that out.
maybe it's all built in and you don't need X normal, but I don't know. That's the tutorial I followed, and that's the way I did it, and it worked amazing.
Mhm.
But it's a plugin. I see. Cool. I'll check it
put in
out.
quotes plug-in.
Yeah.
I don't know if that
Nice.
means like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about
I'll check
NAB
it out.
because
Let's do NAB. Yeah.
Let's talk about NAB a bit. First of all, I wanted to talk about the buttons. Okay.
Oh my gosh, Dave. I want to preface this by saying Dave is absolutely incredible and he loves all of you guys way too much.
Button.
This is
He
only
did
about half the
way-
buttons.
He did way more work than he needed to, and you guys better all love him for it.
This is half of the buttons. I think there's going to be more than 1,000 buttons at this
Yeah.
point.
You had to buy more buttons, right?
Yes, and
Yeah.
the Mograph.com buttons were actually manufactured, and so
Yeah.
these are just strictly the people's buttons that are going to be there. I tried to really look at our list of like who we know is going to be there and make sure I have everybody covered. But
Yep.
hopefully everybody sent anything. This is last call because today and tomorrow the buttons are finishing because I got to pack them up and put them in the individual baggies and stuff. You can see mine and yours, Matt, here.
Yeah.
Coming out really nice. These are great. Look, little grayscale, little Node Commander there. Otoy,
Yeah.
Sage, Camp Mograph. Who
Yes.
else? Like you can see one Tokyo
Gurn, G-Ram.
Megaplex right here.
That's funny.
So
That's wicked.
super excited to do that. Now I wanted to talk about the button process, the button trading
Oh, yeah?
process.
Oh
Now-
my gosh. I think it's hilarious that you're turning this into like a Pokemon trading card type
yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah. This is totally like a Disney World
Pin
situation.
trading. Yeah.
Like this
Flair.
is something where like you don't just give the buttons out willy-nilly. Like this is a big deal. Like when you
It's like Mardi Gras beads.
Right.
yeah,
You
Kent
have to
says
make out with everybody.
you guys owe me whiskey. That's for true.
Yeah. You do.
So
Not me. I didn't do any work.
Okay, there are about 20 buttons for each person, give or take, because most likely if one of yours didn't come out correctly, I didn't print a whole nother sheet in order to do that. So the whole plan was that there were going to be like 10 to 15 buttons. So it starts with 20, and whichever ones make it and actually work, they get into the bag. But so, give or take. Now, but here's the thing about trading buttons. You've only got a maximum of 20 buttons to give out during the week, right? So you have to use them wisely. You have to give them to the right people. And
Right.
and also, oh man, wait till you see. I can't show it. Wait
Oh my
till you see what we're
gosh,
doing
this
for
is
people.
so
Wait till you
stupid.
see what we're doing for people. We got him a little gift. I would show it on the show right now, but he listens to the show, and I don't want to spoil the surprise.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then we have so much swag. We've got a good amount of shirts. Not a lot
Yeah.
of shirts because
You got to get rid of all that Mograph
Right.
leftovers.
I should bring the leftovers. Limited edition.
I think they're all basically given away. I think all the T-shirts are gone.
But we
I've
have
got
stickers
a ton
and
of
buttons.
stickers. Yeah,
Yeah.
stickers and buttons.
We got a big bag
So-
of buttons, but we have tons more buttons. We have tons of Mograph stickers in multiple sizes. We've got the 3-inch, we've got the 2-inch, we've got the buttons, we got the pins. We've got what else do we have?
Merchandising.
Merchandising. What
Right.
else? We're experimenting with a bandana. We've got the
The bandana
koozies.
idea is stupid.
The
I want a
koozies.
bandana.
We're gonna have these koozies
Yeah,
for our little private party. And by the way, if I have not talked to you and you're going to NAB and you're gonna be at the pinball party and you want to do something after and you're a listener, I really want to make sure you're taken care of. So if I have not talked to you about this thing, there are slots that are running out. So please hit me up if I haven't talked to you about that. It's really important
Yes.
because it's going to be an incredible night. So we're going to do two things. We're going to talk about what's going on at NAB.
Yes.
We're also going to... Did I cover all the swag? There's just so much swag. Did I cover
I'm
everything?
sure you did.
What else
Yeah.
did we... I feel like there's something else that we got that I didn't mention. Should I look? There's a huge box of swag in the corner.
Nah, don't
But
worry about it.
The other thing we're going to talk about is what in the world you're supposed to do to survive.
Yeah. How to survive NAB.
How to survive.
I feel like every year we do the same show, but every year it's probably the same advice. But
Yes.
it's important. It's very important.
It is important, and
for the newbies.
There's new listeners. They don't necessarily go back and listen to an old NAB episode, so you never know.
What are the big highlights? What's the best parties at this thing usually?
It's
well,
a party every night.
Yeah, every night there are parties. Since you're with the Maxon crew, like basically, Sunday night is the big beer house one.
Oh,
so if you haven't already gotten
yeah,
if you haven't already gotten your tickets for that, I think you might be able to search Beer House, maybe BEERHAUSENAB. Let me see. Events. Oh man, I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to find it.
There's going to be a lot of people at that event.
There will be a lot of people. So you're going to want to make sure that you get tickets for that. The tickets are free. That's on Sunday night. And I think they only let 300 people in. So if you don't get there...
Gotta go early.
Yeah, you got to get there early. So then, let's see. That's Sunday night. Monday night is the Media Motion Ball.
Yeah.
Which, you know... For me, it's give or take.
Yeah, you don't have to dress up for that. People were asking about that in the Slack this week. You don't have to get fancy.
I am gonna wear my pink flamingo shirt or my I've got a lobster shirt as well. I'm gonna wear one of those. It's a button.
I'm gonna wear this hat.
There you go.
Please do.
I want to buy one.
You should really get the hat like that to wear.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like a bunch of fish or something.
Yeah. It's like Neville Longbottom's grandma's hat that Snape wore when he came out of the
what about Aaron Neville?
No. Neville Longbottom, dude.
Everyone's saying this pinball party's where it's at, eh?
Yeah. Oh, wait, let's finish Monday. Let's finish Monday.
So Monday night is the Media Motion Ball. I think there's still tickets available. I think those are around $50 or so. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, Red Giant gave away their entire Red Giant suite, which is awesome. Last year,
they didn't.
What do you mean? To
everybody was like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It was like $3,000 in software to every single person. Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So,
it's like Oprah shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Like last year, they're like, okay, we're not doing that again. Just a heads up.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't top that, you know?
Yeah. So, but there will be prizes that they give away. There's also, you know, food and stuff. So it's sure to be a fun time, you know. But it's gotten bigger every year. So just be prepared. Let's see, Tuesday. So Monday night after that, we're doing the podcast.
The big podcast with
the big podcast.
All the peoples. I think we're going to be at the Airbro and B, pending
the
decent
Airmo
internet.
The
Airmo and B.
Yeah, the Airmo and B. So I think we do have to test internet wherever we go. There's a couple Airmo and Bs, and the thing is that
whichever one has the best internet, that's the one we're going to.
Right.
And can hold the most people.
And hold the most people, and we need to. Well, somebody will test that, I'm sure, and let us know, because we just got to be able to stream. I've got to test a lot of the stream stuff this afternoon, actually.
You guys are doing the tech on the presentations too, is that right? Or what? Oh wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a pretty kick-ass rig, hey?
Yeah. I think it's like a, what is it?
Yeah, we got a good rig.
It's either a 12-core or 18-core machine or something like that. It's pretty legit.
Nice.
So yeah. Except if you're working on a Mac.
Yeah.
You're working on a Mac.
Well,
like.
Yeah, if you're still working on a Mac at this point anyway, you know, it's kind of hard to accommodate. But yeah, really excited about that. It's going to be a great show. We'll talk about Camp Mograph. We'll get everybody in there talking about. There was some idea I had the other day. I wish I could remember what it was now. That we would do a roundtable and talk about something. I'm going to have to remember.
I was really I don't know. Oh boy, my thing froze. Hold on, I want to make sure. Oh, and my Adobe just crashed.
I hope you have all of your audio.
I hope I have all my audio too. Okay, a previous session of audition quit unexpectedly. I want to continue.
Thanks, Adobe.
Yeah, thanks, Adobe.
It's a freaking audio recorder. Come on now.
Okay, cool. I've got. Let me just save this real quick. Sorry, guys.
I wish you would.
We need to do another clap. Need a second clap.
We probably. Yeah, we will have to.
Yeah, let me create a marker here real quick.
Sorry, live people.
Man, that means I got to edit now.
Sorry, dude.
Dang it!
I guarantee you, it's probably my.
It's probably something technical.
I need to turn off my Dropbox because I'm syncing all these files, but I need them all. I need them.
Need them. I need them. Are you recording again?
No, I'm not. I want to save this file really quick.
Oh, okay. What, do you have to export it? See, that's why I like
just need
Logic
to
Pro.
Save it. No, I don't have to export it. I'm gonna call this episode 01.
It's 178, but
All right, it's 178.
because everything else in the system says 178.
178. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I just want to make sure that I don't lose this part. Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna start a new one.
Wait, did
New audio file.
Rick Bogus is not going to be at NAB?
What?
What? That's crazy talk. Yes, you are. You ain't
Nobody
gotta
calls
lie.
it nobody calls it NAB. Hey, it's all NAB. I call it
People
NAB.
call it
Some
NAB.
people do.
So that's cool. You're not gonna get made fun of.
Just
call
the
it NAB.
Canadians.
Yeah, exactly. It's NAB, eh? Going up to NAB, eh? Fucking right.
All right, you rolling?
Okay. Yes, I'm rolling again. Sorry,
All
guys.
right, let's do a new clap. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Super off. I should have taken that opportunity to go to the bathroom.
It's all right. It's
okay,
gonna be a short
so-
show.
Yeah, right. Anyway, okay, so we're doing the podcast, right? And then yeah, so that's Monday night. all right?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, going on to Tuesday. Tuesday is the pinball party, you know.
Yes.
So it's the
Creepy
Max
baby
on
baseball.
Creepy baby baseball. We'll see if we get yelled at by the old man again for you know
For playing
getting too
pinball.
loud.
For playing
you know.
pinball at a pinball
No,
place.
it was air hockey.
So
Air
it's at
hockey.
it's at
Don't
a
you-
big arcade. That's where it's happening.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like a
super
pinball
cool.
arcade. Yeah.
You've got classic pinball machines that no one plays, you know, and then you've got actual good pinball machines, and then you've got like the classic arcade stuff, like you know the Simpsons 4-player and the
nice.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4-player,
Mhm.
and you know. I'm totally gonna whoop Kevin's butt at Simpsons bowling.
Yeah.
You know, so it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be super cool. But you got to make sure you get a wristband from someone at the Maxon booth sometime that week. So and then
Yes.
Tuesday night, after that's all over, we got a whole bunch of limos, and we're gonna drive people around. And then
This
you
is
know,
why
we're
you have
gonna-
to talk to me if you're going to be there and we
Yes.
haven't talked already to see if there's
Yeah.
any more slots available, because it has grown into something so large at this point that we now have 2 stretch mega Ford F650 limos and 2 stretch Hummers to take us
ridiculous.
on a little
I
journey.
just want to point this out. Like, I want to say thank you so much to every single listener and every single person who has just helped us out, you know, by listening to the show and listening to the.
See, that's what I was trying to
doing the
say
video.
earlier, and you
I
guys
know,
are just like, yeah,
because-
whatever.
No. It's been amazing to see it grow like this, because 4 years ago we got a limo and we were talking about it on the podcast or whatever. Maybe this was 3 years ago.
Well,
I
the
don't
year
remember.
before, see, 4 years ago, we actually had a limo and we had some friends in the video industry.
Yeah,
and we hung out with those
No.
people. And the next year, we're like, oh, well, let's do a limo again. But none of those
Yeah.
video people could make it to Vegas
Yeah,
that
and
year.
so we ended up just taking David Ariev to the airport.
Yeah. And then we
In
picked
the
up my
limo?
friend.
Yeah.
And we were just in this empty limo by ourselves.
Yep.
Sad
It was the
trombone.
most sad thing in the world, right? And then every year after, it has gotten exponentially bigger and bigger and bigger. And we appreciate everyone who has just made now Mograph.com what it is.
Yeah,
you know?
so if you have signed up for this event that we are doing, you need to show up.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we got
So
the
what's
slots
going on?
available.
It's one night where we're just driving around a limo, or going to several events in the limo, or what's
There's-
the?
Well, yes, we've got.
there's-
You'll get in the limo. There's going to be. This is a mograph.com/iDesign joint.
Okay.
So the limo half of it is ours. The karaoke part of it is EJ's. So that's how we're
Nice.
dividing up the party. But you have to have this. You can come to the karaoke thing to an overflow room, and everybody will be there. But if you want to do the whole experience, you leave the pinball party. You hop in one of these limos. There will be probably a bottle of liquor in each one, and EJ's going to do the beer for each one.
Yeah.
And we kind of travel around on the strip. We won't be able to do too much of the strip because it is a little drive to get there.
It's about 20 minutes away.
Yeah, so we'll do that. One of the limos will stop at the MGM to drop off for anybody that isn't going to go do pinball the rest of the night. But the karaoke, I'm sorry, the karaoke thing, but the guest list on this is epic. And I'm just telling you that now.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It is going to be a lot of fun. And so, yeah, make sure you talk to me if you haven't. We're going to just drink and go to do karaoke. I mean, we'll be nice and warmed up for some karaoke by the time we get there.
Yep. I got 3 karaoke songs. I got Play That Funky Music, White Boy. All right.
Yep.
I got Dobie Gray, Drift Away. And then I like to end the night with some Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On.
Oh, wow.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Good old stuff.
Yeah. And then we've got the, let's see, I've got to look and see. EJ said he took care of all the room for the deal.
Yep.
It's like 4 rooms that we've got available for 60-something people, but there are overflow rooms. So, yeah, we're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. Wednesday is, we've got kind of a Maxon event going on that we're going to Wednesday, so... I'm sure there will be other things going on.
Yeah. So after that, I don't know if we're going to do it this year, but normally what we would do is that would be the night that we'd go out gambling, you know?
Yeah, it's Casino Royale night, right?
Casino Royale night, yeah. So we would hit up the Casino Royale the past few years, but Maxon's doing a little bit differently. I don't think we're doing a show or anything this week or this time. So, you know, we're going to be doing whatever.
It's also Mokart night on Wednesday night, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and who runs the Mokart thing?
I don't know. Hit up Mokart and then come hang out with us at the Casino Royale. Mokart.
Yeah. It's one of those things where you just got to kind of get up online and just see what's going on and text some people and, you know, just everybody stick together. I'm sure you'll find something to do, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what these koozies are for, the limo ride.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. Okay. That is Wednesday. Thursday, I don't know what's going on Thursday. Like Wednesday, Thursday is kind of backwards, is kind of flip-flop this year. So we're just going to see where it takes us. You never know.
Real quick, the Mokart is April 10th, right? So that would be Wednesday, right? 7 to 10 p.m. at Pole Position Indoor Raceway.
JC Tecklenburg runs the Mokart thing. That's right.
Yeah.
I knew that. Okay, so cool. Next week is going to be crazy, and you're not going to be sleeping much at all. So just be prepared for that.
Can I go to the bathroom real quick?
You go to the bathroom.
Sure.
All right.
And I will continue.
You're stuck with me, Dave.
Yes.
You're stuck with me.
I'm gonna talk to you about staying healthy.
Yeah.
How prone to you are you to sinus infections? I'll start with that.
Oh God, not really.
Okay,
I
good.
I got a problem with the gout though.
Oh, well then.
That's gonna be my NAB issue.
And maybe beer would probably be something you don't want to do a lot of. Then you
well,
might be.
I think I'm all right.
Yeah.
I got it out of my system. I've
No
been
more
like
red
vegetarian for 2 weeks. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, we'll get some good dinners. Go out and get some. I don't know, some stir fry, and you can just stick with the veggies or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But as far as
take it easy.
Staying healthy, though, there's a number of things that you gotta remember. Number one is sleep, but that's a hard thing to do because you get up early, you go to the play. It's a little bit easier if you're presenting because you can kind of pace yourself or present and come back and take a nap and stuff. We don't really.
I don't really sleep much anyway. I'm usually 6-hour guy.
So you're used to that.
Yeah.
Well, get used to like 3 or 4 hours. I'm just saying.
Yeah, sure. I can handle that for a bit.
Pace yourself with the alcohol because what happens is you start drinking at like 6 o'clock at night, when you go to dinner, but then by 3 o'clock in the morning, you're still out. And so it's like, 10 hours of drinking. So pace yourself with the drinking.
Yeah.
Sure.
The other thing is that it's super dry there. So you have to make sure that you do a couple things. Number one, you bring chapstick. Or you get some chapstick once you get there because it's going to be super dry. Drink lots of water. If you can get those portable misters that you can like put a bottle of water into.
Walk around with a sleep apnea mask on, blast in your face.
Have you seen those things? You basically put like a little bottle of water on it, and it turns into like a what do you call it? Not a it's a
yeah, they're dumb.
Not a dehumidifier. I guess a humidifier. I guess.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So you do that in your room if you can. Somebody had a really terrible suggestion last year, which is as soon as you get to the room, you pour an entire bottle of water onto the floor in the corner so that it keeps it moist in there. It's a terrible idea.
It is a terrible idea. I've also heard turn on the shower like really as hot as it'll go.
Fill
and
the bathtub.
Open up the and like just let the steam come into your room.
Fill the bathtub with hot water.
Now, okay, my number one, you said bring chapstick, but here's my number one thing.
What?
I say there's it's a Gold Bond.
Oh, I was going to say that.
Friction defense. It's like a deodorant stick.
Oh yeah, it rolls
it's
on.
Absolutely incredible. All right, because you're going to be walking a lot and it's going to be real dry.
You're talking about chafe reduction.
Yes.
Basically, yes.
You don't want the raw thighs.
You're putting it everywhere. You're just slathering yourself in that.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just be aware. I mean, it's so there's only two places I go that absolutely just tear my body apart, and it's Disney World and Vegas.
Yeah. Comfortable shoes. I'm going to buy some better shoes. Last year I did a terrible job of that.
Yeah, some people have made the suggestion to bring an extra pair of shoes with you if you want, and then switch them out halfway through the day. It's up to you.
If you can fit it in your bag or whatever.
Just wear Crocs, man. Hose them off after. You're fine.
And
hey guys,
and they look cool. You can put your buttons on them. You know.
Yeah.
Fill them with your bling.
Who else in the chat room has some other tips? I think that's mainly the thing. If you can't sleep, just make sure you stay healthy. Make sure you bring yourself a lot of Tylenol or whatever your headache thing of choice is. I don't know, BC powder, whatever you want to do.
Yes.
Vitamins maybe if you're into that kind of thing. What else would keep you? Tokyo Megaplex says zinc supplements.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come back, Zinc. Come back. No? Anyone?
No.
Socks and sandals. Whatever. Man, I'm telling you, your feet are going to.
Socks and sandals.
Yeah. Pedialyte.
That's where it's at.
Rick says Pedialyte. That's, that's true. Keep yourself hydrated. That's the main thing. I actually like to use this stuff because as soon as I get there, it's like it's one of those things because there's so much smoke in the casinos and stuff too, and the dry air.
Oh, that's people still smoke in there, hey? Yeah, that's illegal.
Dude.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's the thing. So
it's unbelievable.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're in the non-smoking room or anything like that. You're still gonna get it.
Oh,
and so
Rock of Force snacks. Bring some snacks.
Yeah.
I recommend. I highly recommend going and grabbing like a 12-pack of Cliff Bars and just keeping them in your backpack. Oh, yeah. Okay, here's another thing.
Evan says emergency. Make sure you bring. I always bring a big pack of emergency.
What's that? I don't even know what that is.
It's just like vitamin C stuff.
It's a powder of like super strong vitamin C. Yeah. You just mix it up in a bottle.
Another tip: make sure you bring like a battery charger.
Yes.
Because your phone is going to die. You're hanging out for, a really long time. You're going to need to charge your phone. Now, the biggest thing, though, number one thing you make sure to do whenever you start your day, put your phone into low battery mode.
Right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
It will last you all day if you do that.
Yeah.
So, yes, most important.
Yeah, Mark says just need whiskey or tequila to keep you going and kill the viruses. It's true.
Right. Right.
But with all the smoke and all of that stuff, it's one of those situations where you get stuffed up, but like there's nothing in there. It's just the dryness. You just it makes your face swell. And so like I actually recommend this, which is super easy to get addicted to, but it's Afrin, but it's Afrin with the
I wondered where you were going because I only saw the top of it.
Oh, it's the Afrin with the menthol in it. Man, it's like doing a bump.
Jeez.
Not that I know what that is, but
Right.
you get that menthol in your nose. But man, this stuff is a freaking miracle if you haven't used it before. I mean, just instant open. Make sure you bring this if you have sinus problems.
You guys are talking about this conference like we're going on a spirit quest in the middle of the desert where there's no water or anything.
We're going to
like,
one of Beetle's renders, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're going.
It's like, whoa. Like
You'll see.
We're gonna be wearing an adult diaper and like
I guarantee by the end of it, you'll say, "Wow, I was
like,
underestimating."
Wow. Oh, really? Is
Is
that rough, eh?
Wow.
So,
it's pretty good.
Hard to come by.
The thing is, you're gonna be exhausted by the end of it. Plus, we're there for 9 days.
Yeah.
You know, we're there for 9. What day do you get in?
I get in on the 5th at night on Friday, and then I think I leave on the 11th. So I'm a little shorter, 6 days, 7 days.
The thing is,
still, like,
you just
honestly,
have to
in
just
Vegas,
you just have to be okay with the fact that you're not going to sleep. You literally just have to be okay with it, and just like
well, I
you're
mean,
not
the
going
speakers, the speakers, they're okay if you're not looking to see anything, you know, and you're not looking to
During
get
the
there
day,
right off the bat or whatever. Then you're fine. You can sleep until noon or whatever. Like
can't
us,
I don't do that.
yeah.
Can't.
And okay,
I
that's
can,
the thing.
literally,
I guess.
if I'm up till like 4:30 in the morning drinking, I'm up at 6:30. It just doesn't happen.
When we're
drinking
doing
again.
renders and stuff at night, I'll literally take like a 20-minute nap right before like waiting for the renders just to get it out of the way, just because I know I have to have that 20 minutes. It sounds dumb, but like.
Oh no, it works. Just a little nap.
Do you have any questions for us after that about the unknown?
NAB? I don't know. I kind of wondering what the day-to-day is like. Do you guys spend most of the day roaming around checking out the actual?
We don't.
You know, booths. Oh no.
We used to.
We used to.
We used to.
But we're running booth things.
Yeah. While we're there,
you guys are actually running stuff every day. Like you're there hands-on. Oh wow.
So
we're
basically,
there at the booth
we're there
making
to
sure
set
that
up.
everybody's stuff is working.
We're there to set up, and then one of us just has to be there the whole time. Which most of us, most of the time, we just are both there.
We're gonna be doing interviews and all that stuff, you know. So I mean, we're running around just constantly. In fact, the last 2 years, I didn't go to any other booths.
Really? Eh?
I went to the Adobe booth once or twice, but like, they're just. I don't know. They're not as good as they were in previous years.
Yeah, but as far as all the booths, you're gonna love walking around and seeing all the cool stuff. It's absolutely awesome. We just haven't had much time, which is fine. You know, we put out a lot of content.
Free swag. Getting a lot. Is it like
Oh,
Otoy shirts?
I
don't know about
Otoy
Otoy
is
shirts.
gonna be there with a booth.
But Jules will be there.
Jules will be there.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a booth per se.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm just in it for the swag, man. I want to get that free stuff.
There you go. Bring an extra suitcase.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually have an extra suitcase of swag that we're bringing this time around.
Yeah.
So.
You're offloading.
We're the ones.
Maybe give me your suitcase when it's empty, and I'll fill it.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll take it out. You load it up.
Yeah, and then you meet us at Camp Mograph, right?
Yeah.
With our suitcase again.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool.
All right. Well, I think that covers it for the most part. Just remember those buttons. You gotta. It's almost like, okay, here's the example. It's like giving away a rose on The Bachelor, right?
but more romantic.
But more romantic, yes.
Yeah.
Would you do
this? Is
like
an
you look into their
here.
eyes.
Will you accept this button?
Wow,
Rose.
They're like a bunch of poker chips on the table right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty funny.
Yep.
So, all right. This is going to be a short show. We got to get ready for NAB. Got a couple other things on the agenda here before we take off. But I would like to say that, okay, I have some links, but I also had some week wrap-up stuff that I moved to this section because I didn't want to talk all about that when we had all the other fun stuff to talk about. And so a couple things I wanted to talk about. I've been working on the new thumbnails and stuff for Mograph and all of that. And I've been working on getting templates together for the videos that we're going to do in Vegas. Anything that I can do ahead of time that makes life easier later on, I love to do. So I've been working with using data sets in Photoshop, which I know have been there, but I haven't really had a reason to like use it for anything. So I started messing with it, and it's really great because you can do an Excel spreadsheet or something with a bunch of people's names for lower thirds and bring them in, or You know, these data sets, and you can even use it with things like other files. You know, you've got smart layers and stuff like that, and you can link them to things in a spreadsheet and all that.
I've never even heard of this.
Yeah, so like for
is it the Essential Motion Graphics panel? Is that what that is?
No, well, this is, and there's, you know, like Liam said, there's data sets in InDesign as well. This is something that's in Photoshop because, like, for example, I'm making templates for all of the people that would potentially be doing interviews with, right? So I took.
Oh yeah, you guys run around doing interviews.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah. So like I've got all the speakers, all our friends, you know, everybody, and I just put them in a huge list, right? And I went into Photoshop, and it's able to export a Photoshop file of everybody's name and all their info. So all you have to do is, you know, you might not use all of these thumbnails, which is fine, you know, but all of it's there, and all of it's set up to automatically go in there, go in and just change it. I don't know. Anyway, Photoshop, and then there's Premiere, because Premiere does it too. But the other thing that I'm doing in Premiere is I'm using their new graphic stuff. You know, why not?
Yeah.
You know, and it's been around too. And I'm not a big Premiere guy because I'm not doing a lot of editing. But I went in there and I realized there's all this stuff that they added, and one of those things is being able to have layers follow layers. When you're making like a lower third or something, you can say make sure that like this bottom bar on this lower third always lines up perfectly with the right justified name, right? So let's say that you want to type in somebody else's name as a lower third. You type it in, it changes the size of the person, you know, like everybody's name is going to be a slightly different size.
Right.
It changes it, it lines everything up with the right justification of that person's name, and you don't have to do anything anymore. You don't have to bring in the background and the little line and the transition and, you know, line it all up and get all the keyframes right for every single interview. It's just you go in there, you retype the name, and it's done. You know, so all of that stuff, it's about making your life easier later on. You got to spend a little bit of time, you know. But
that's cool.
Yeah,
sounds like the Essential Motion Graphics panel in After Effects.
Totally.
Like, yeah, I love Essential Motion Graphics panel. You know, in After Effects, you can go through and you can set like individual things that you want to change later. You know, it's almost like creating a plugin for Premiere.
It's super nice to give to clients
too.
There's a lot of clients that like want you to do pre-made lower thirds and things like that. It's easy to set up a template. And my brain is fried. Like I am, like, I can't even think. Like we have put out so much content and been working on so much stuff to put out that like I have been working nonstop for weeks. And I'm so looking forward to doing this event and hanging out with everybody. It's
I've
gonna be awesome.
I've had two of our clients. I've had two of our clients email me and say, "Hey, I know you're going to be out of town, but do you know anyone else who could work on this?" And I'm like, "Nope, sorry, everyone's going to be at NAB,
right? Except Phil.
Except Phil. That's who I'm sending all my work to."
Yeah, he's listening now. Like, dang it, so much FOMO. But I think he's going to be at Camp Mograph, right? So
yeah.
Everyone's
going to be at Camp Mograph.
Everybody. So, other links that I have here, I got the data-driven stuff. Alhec, I just wanted to mention this. Alhec has now decided, I think, to switch over to PC as well.
I saw that.
Joining the club.
That's funny.
PC people. Let's see.
PCP people?
Oh,
what?
Of PC people? This is something I wanted to talk about. So last week, we were talking about your business buddy call coach, your BBCC, as it were, your business buddy call coach. You know, you're on the phone and you're talking to a client on speaker, and I'm on Skype.
Oh, right.
Okay. And I'm you know, or vice versa, and we're kind of talking to each other through something, you know, things like that, right? So, your business buddy call coach, BBCC, your BBCC, AABBCC, always be call buddy business buddy coaching coach call coaching, right?
Okay, keep going.
So we're doing that again the other day, and you're sitting there talking to a potential client.
Yes.
And I about lost it. I'm glad I was muted.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about working up some spec stuff on this, and spec in the form of making kind of a version of this thing that we're going to do first for the client's client to see before we move on, right? And so they're like, well, we could do this spec thing, right? And like see what it's going to look like first, right?
And Dave's like, no, we don't do spec work. We don't do spec work.
I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, no, what are you talking about? And so this is when I about lost it, because you stop all of a sudden and you go, yeah, we don't really like to do free work. Straight to the client, we really don't like to do free work. The way you said it, and I was dying. I was like, oh my god, that's
it's hard to
so
say that like
funny.
Nicely. It's
well,
like,
yeah, I mean, I straight up told them that, and I was like,
and they were like,
I don't
all
mind.
right.
We don't mind doing the work as long as you're paying for it.
Yeah.
You know.
He's like, well, you could use that spec to go do the actual thing. And you're like,
yeah,
right.
Like they just gave you the keys to the car there.
Right. Like, yeah, the spec will like be able to allow us to move on with the project, but no, it's not going to be free. Yeah, we don't really do free. We don't really like to do free work.
I didn't realize it was so funny.
That was great. That was great. It's just absolutely, in the moment, especially when you're just sitting there and the guy's on the other line. I'm just like,
yep.
Anyway, here's another fun thing from this week is I got a 2080, another 2080.
Yeah, I got a 2080 as well. We both bought 2080s.
Yeah. I gotta upgrade. What's the big performance jump there on Octane specifically when you swap them?
I went from a 980 Ti to a 2080. I don't see much of a difference at all. Like honestly, it's negligible. Yeah, I think
That's
I went
weird.
from a Octane Bench 400 to a 440.
Okay.
Which really isn't that much.
Your RTX stuff is gonna really help that. Though.
I mean, but the thing,
that's still down the road a ways, right?
Yeah.
My main thing is that I am, this is my second 2080, so I'm in the position now where I am on Octane 4. I have to wait until I get my 2018 going, but I did buy a 4-slot NVLink and hook that up.
Yeah.
And so now I'm going to be able to have that combined VRAM. So instead of 8, I'm going to have 16 plus the two 2080s and then a bunch of 1080s behind that as a server.
So what's the NVLink work like? Is that an actual separate processor as well? Like it's just like having having another machine on your network?
No, it's a little thing. It looks like the Batwing is what it looks like. It looks like a little toy Batwing almost. And there are these little things that you pull off of the card and then you stick it on top, and it links the two together to make them one card, essentially. Cool. So it's not the same as SLI, because what I like is just having the VRAM. That's going to be great, because I've really been...
I think it's
basically... So you can double up your VRAM on that then? Like you can get like 24 gigs or whatever?
It's a combo of all of them. Yeah, and I think they have NVLink that will do 3 cards, I think.
Oh, I gotta look that up.
Because they have a 3-slot and a 4-slot. You got to make sure that you know how many slots are going to be. There's a diagram. So I got the 4-slot one, and it links the two together. So it combines that VRAM together into one.
Cool.
So you can imagine if you had something like a Titan or 2080 Ti, you're really going to have some great VRAM. But I haven't been able to try it yet, so I'll report back when I find out. But the main thing that happened is I also have a 1060 in here that powers all of the monitors. I use it for everything that's not rendering, right? And so because of the way I have it laid out, that new 2080 had to go on top of the 1060. And so I'm sitting there working on something, and it's rendering really hard, and all of a sudden I hear this like zzz, 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 zzz. I'm like, oh god, like it really sounded electrical. It sounded like arcing to me. And
it wasn't just the fans like rubbing or something, or
I thought maybe it was, right? So like, but I shut down the computer because I'm like, I don't want this thing to blow up. Like immediately shut it down. And I check it out, I turn it back on, it's not doing anything. There is this new software, well, new to me anyway, the temperature monitoring software from EVGA. Like they have a new one, and it's really slick looking. It's really cool. And if you have the EVGA cards, you can change the LEDs. You can make the LEDs change color based on temperature, which is really cool. Because like if your thing's turning red, it's. But so I spin the fans up on purpose with the software, and don't hear that noise. I'm like, man, I hope this isn't like some sort of. I don't want to leave the renders because I'm like, man, if it starts smoking, I want to be here, you know.
Yeah.
So I go through and try the fans, all that stuff. Everything seems okay, and I do another render, and it starts doing it again. And I'm like, oh man! And so I shut it down. I pull the card out. I'm trying to see if it's the fan.
Is it like excessively hot or anything, or is there any like sign of?
I did accidentally. It was very hot, but I did put accidentally like leave the little circle things on the fan, but that's not really gonna interfere with anything. Like the little stickers in the middle of the fan. So I pulled those off, and I put it back in. It starts doing it again, and so I realized what was happening is the 1060 had a warranty sticker on it that you're not supposed to take off. And it's kind of one of those stickers that's super hard plastic or maybe even metal because, well, I guess it's not metal if it's stuck to the card, but it's plastic. And so it had actually sucked up the sticker just enough with the heat, you know, that it had pulled the sticker up because it wore off the heat had worn off the stickiness of it. And then once it touched the fan started kind of ripping it to shreds. So it was just enough to where it was making that noise. But I didn't see it because I kept pulling out that one card saying, what's wrong with this thing? I finally figured it out. But yeah, it was even that little bit of sticker was stopping the fan from going. And it was making everything get super hot. But like I was so scared because, you know, you hear electricity sounds coming from your computer. You freak out. Yeah. You know?
No, I had the same thing with mine. I've got 3 1080 Ti's in this thing, and it was like I was getting weird sounds, and it was just they're so close together. The fan was just rubbing. I have all these like neoprene spacers I stuck in there. Yeah, and it's fixed it for now.
What I like to do is the place where the SLI stuff would normally go. I like taking that little rubber thing off and placing that in between.
That's what I do too.
Yeah.
And I actually kind of fudge it a little bit, and I thought maybe that's what I had done by accident was like maybe set one of the fans off balance. But I always like to, if a card's on top of another one, I like to kind of angle it, push it up just a little bit before I put the screws in, just so there's like maximum amount of air between it.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's not more motherboard options that just give them more space. Because like I was shopping around like crazy when I got this, and it was pretty slim pickings at the time when I got my motherboard. But I was just like surprised at how, you know, few options are and how tight they are together. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, because if you want to pack all that in there, you really got to go water cooled or something, or else it's just going to get like that, you know.
Yep, totally.
But, there is really not much left except for Beeple's People.
Oh, let's do it.
I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited about this.
Got some doozies?
Yeah, well, I just feel like Smearballs and Beeple's People is a fantastic combination.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear what you guys talk about at NAB.
What, me and Mike?
Yeah.
I like Mike. He's funny.
Yeah.
Smearballs and Beeple together. Can you imagine a mashup? You guys need to work on a mashup.
Yeah, dude.
I can just see that being.
He'll make the scene and you'll put all the people in there.
Yeah, I'll ruin his shit with some dumb stuff.
Oh man.
He'll build something so cool and awesome, and I'll just put dumb weirdos in it. It'll be actually,
you know what?
Cool.
I think Mike would be fine with that.
Oh, totally.
I kind of feel like Okay. So we are going to take out our Beeple viewer of choice.
Not his website. What do we got to go to?
Well, whatever you use to view his stuff. I like to use Twitter. It's up to you though. Sometimes some of these things like don't post everything for some reason. I don't know why. And he has so many good ones recently. Like I think I accidentally skipped over some because he did another mushroom thing after we talked about the mushrooms.
Yeah.
You know, they were talking about the satellite signals or whatever, and he did like another piece called adaptation. This isn't actually on the list for today, but I did notice this because you remember last week Simon was saying that the mushrooms receive the satellite signals. And now we've got more mushrooms in here. It's called adaptation. And I'm wondering if these things are receiving satellite signals for these houses. But that's not one we're doing today. We are going to go to March 29th, Year of our Lord 2019, and open Crystal Overdose.
I saw that one the other day.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of elements I want to talk about. Number one, like the crystals are kind of, well, everything's kind of cartoony. It's kind of got this smudgy, cartoony. It's not quite cartoony, but it's almost like, I want to say, it's almost like denoiser smudgy, but like in a good way.
So?
But in a good way. I don't know. I mean, it could be like a paint filter or something, but you know, you see this guy sitting here in the corner with his astronaut suit on and all these crystals. I'm wondering, are these crystals like drugs?
Yeah. I don't know. There's okay, so maybe it is some sort of drug, or they could be poisonous or something like that. And
he's probably dead. He's dead.
Yeah, he's either dead or overdosed or something, or dying, because I think what happened was one of these crystals accidentally exploded, you know? And so it caused to get into his lungs or into his breathing apparatus or something, you know?
The crystal came up to him and went, bark, 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 and then it exploded.
I think it's gout, man. It's those uric acid crystals.
There you go.
And grew out of his foot, and he died of gout.
All right.
Everybody in the future has gout.
Yeah. Too many hot dogs.
Oh. Speaking of which, wait until we do a hot dog eating contest at Camp Mograph. That'll be fun, right? All right.
You do that thing where you dip it in the milk and then swallow
No,
it?
you don't dip it in milk. You dip it in water.
Oh, water. Oh, sorry.
My brother-in-law competed in a McDonald's chicken nugget eating contest. And like he's the only one who took it seriously. Like he was actually like soaking them in water and then eating them and stuff. Yeah, well, he came in second. He ate like, I think it was like 60 chicken nuggets in like 5 minutes. You know,
that's pretty gross.
Yeah, he didn't want chicken nuggets.
Who beat him? How many did the winner eat?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Yeah,
no idea.
But that dipping the hot dog in water is so gross looking. It's like,
yeah.
Milk would be Milk would be better, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe chocolate milk.
Oh
God.
hot dog. Chocolate milk and nuggets.
Okay, what else we got?
All right, so we've also got March 30th. This is called Low Frequency. And to me, like, I immediately think back to the mushrooms again. Like, low frequency, it's almost like they had these big satellite dishes and they weren't working. And so they figured out that the mushrooms actually work.
Maybe. I mean, that's if this is in the same world as the mushrooms.
I mean, I'd like to think that it is. I'd like to think this is right before the mushrooms happened.
Maybe these are mushrooms once all of the mushroom skin has been taken off. Maybe it's like California, where in California they hide the
nothing to see here, folks. This is totally just a weird looking tree.
Yeah, this is the weirdest looking tree ever, but you get great cell phone reception. Or like Disney World. Disney World, like Animal Kingdom, the tree of life in the center of the park is actually a giant antenna.
Cell tower. Yeah.
Yeah. So I bet you anything, these are just the uncovered remains of the mushrooms.
Yeah, because, I mean, what's going to hide a giant satellite dish better than a giant mushroom?
Right?
See?
Yeah. It's like those cell phone towers that look like trees.
Yeah.
I fixed it, boss.
Those look pretty dope.
I
like that one.
Yeah. I like the sky. I wonder if that's one of
I'm thinking that looks like a GSG sky.
Yeah, it's a pretty sky.
I love that sky kit. I use it for tons of stuff.
So good. It's the best HDR.
It looks so realistic.
Just because most HDRs, I still got to mix in an Octane Sun or something to get the nice shadows, and this is like right out of the box. They work great.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is. It looks a little smudgy, but I bet this is all like post stuff causing the smudginess. But yeah, that totally looks like one of those renders.
Yeah.
All right. And then the last one, I love this one.
This one is very pretty.
This is yesterday, so March 31st. This is called Literal Divide. So gorgeous, and it's so clean. I really like. Look how many people.
Yeah, he's got a lot of going on in there.
Yeah. Did you notice that the top area, like the literal divide, could mean like the center, but also if you look at the top and bottom, look how many more people there is at the bottom versus there are at the top, and how much nicer the top is versus the bottom.
Man, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
very
the
good. It's
slums
a very
are
good
beneath.
piece of art. Yeah, piece of work.
Huh.
Yeah, that's cool.
So the digital slums.
Yeah.
The
I guarantee you, he was actually thinking about that when he was making this.
yeah, that does seem.
Michael say, nah, I don't know. I just threw a bunch of stuff on there, but I bet you anything that's what he was thinking. That's a very, very good art piece.
Yeah, people look into his stuff quite a lot, but I think that was probably on purpose. There's the poor people's people on the bottom,
Right?
Yeah.
and the rich people's people on the top. So
Yeah.
Are those Kit Bash buildings in the back?
Probably.
From, Kit Bash City? Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
probably.
he uses a lot of Kit Bash. I saw.
I gotta
some-
get my hands on some of this. So it's
Yeah,
cool.
for real.
I bought the destruction kit. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I used that for a video I did recently.
There's a video that I saw. I'm gonna have to do a little more research because I would like to figure this out. But I saw somebody using VR to do Kit Bash stuff, and it was a program that would allow you to like. It could have
Place?
been medium, but I couldn't tell. But you could place everything, but then you could take photos, so you could design a scene and like do all of the DP stuff with your Oculus Rift on.
That's pretty
which
cool.
Is really
Medium's
fun.
pretty amazing, actually. I just, for the
Yeah.
first time, opened it up and, like,
Yeah.
it's kind of screwy because I got a Vive. I'm using Revive to do it, so the controls are a bit, like, frustrating. But it's pretty amazing just to be able to open OBJs. I think it's got a little bit of a limited resolution on it, but it's, like, you can open up some pretty high-res stuff and start messing with it.
Dave, did you
And-
see the preview for the new Vive?
I did not. I saw the new Rift. What's the new
Yeah.
Vive?
No. Okay, so
Is it
it's the
inside out
Vive
tracking?
Index. Yes.
It is. See, that's what
Yes,
everybody's
it
calling
is. Okay, so
What's that?
Inside
the
out
Val-
tracking.
sorry, the Valve
wow.
Index is what it's called. So
Okay.
it's got two cameras on the front, so I'm assuming it's inside out tracking, but it's also got that dial on the bottom to where you can fix your distance in your eye and stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
I don't know. It
Huh.
doesn't have any information about it except for the thing. I've seen some speculation about it that it's called the index or whatever because it has to deal with index of refraction, which means it's going to look more realistic and stuff like that. But I don't know. That's just what people have talked about. But it's May 2019, so next month.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't they already launch? They launched a Vive 2, like, just last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
Or, like,
Yeah.
Tokyo
It wasn't that
Megaplex
much.
says that he actually prefers to start all of his sculpts in medium. He said medium is greater than ZBrush is greater than Cinema 4D. That's
Interesting.
interesting. Yeah, I haven't
Honestly,
used medium in a while, so maybe
For
it's gotten
sculpting,
better.
it's pretty awesome. I haven't done much, like, detailed stuff in it, but it's pretty fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I've heard good things about Quill lately, too. Have you played with that?
It's all right. It
I
feels more
played
of
with
like
it once. Yeah.
2D.
More of a drawing thing.
Yeah, more drawing, but in 3D.
Yeah.
I prefer medium. I've spent back in the day, many hours in medium, but.
I think that's interesting. I have a hard time.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me clarify. Tokyo Megaplex. He's not saying greater as in like better. He was saying that's the
You
workflow.
go from medium
start
to
medium.
ZBrush.
Yeah.
to
Sure.
Super D.
Yeah, which makes sense, and I love that. I love the thought of
Yeah.
being able to build these complex scenes and be in the scene while you're building it. That's like
Yeah.
so much fun.
I can see it being huge for just placing objects. Like, honestly, if you're just,
Yeah.
like, putting trees everywhere, it's just so much faster than moving things around with your mouse in 3D software. It's just, you could just, like, literally make it tiny and just place a whole bunch of little objects and scale it
Yeah.
up again in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Be super handy for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's it. I don't like being in VR for too long. As
Yeah.
a glasses wearer,
No,
as
Yeah.
someone who wears glasses, I really
Dude,
don't love
for the
that.
first time, I downloaded it was kind of a hack of Doom. Like, before Doom VR came out, somebody
Yeah.
hacked the original, like, Doom 2 or something
Uh-huh.
with, like, a VR mod. And I
Cool.
went into it, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And it kind of worked all right. And then the cinematic sequences would kick in and just pull your head out of that space and just take control. Like, the
Yeah.
camera would just move. And it made me
Ugh.
so fucking sick. I was sick the
Ugh.
whole next day. And then
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
half day after that, I felt weird in my stomach. Like, it was strange what
Yeah.
it did to me. And I'm like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is kind of powerful and fucked up. Like, it can screw
Yeah,
with you.
The
that
first-
latency and stuff will just kill you. Like once it
Yeah.
hits the nausea, it's over. Like
Yeah.
there is no turning back. You got to take the
That-
helmet off and lay down.
Yeah, but before that, I could be in there for hours and hours, and then that happened to me, and it was just like, whoa, this is sickening.
The very first Oculus Rift, like the DK1, Dave brought it up to work when we were working together, and we all spent time in it. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a roller coaster, and I was so sick,
it's the worst,
for the rest of the day, like, and with the worst migraine and worst stomach ache, and it was awful. Yeah.
It's crazy thing.
Anyway.
All right. Well, I think we're going to get out of here. We got a lot to wrap up before we take off. We are flying into Vegas on Thursday morning.
6 a.m.
Nice.
0 hour, 6 a.m.
0 hour.
And I'm going to be high as a kite by then.
Oh, yeah. By the way, Vegas is, what is it?
Oh, it's legal.
It's legal there. So just pace yourself.
Take
pace
that
yourself.
and interpret that as you wish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pace yourself.
Yeah. So. Seriously, pace yourself. Stay healthy.
Yeah.
And we can't wait to see everybody next week. It's gonna be a blast.
It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
See everyone else on Sunday.
On Sunday,
I guess.
Yeah. Less than a week, we'll see everyone. So.
Yep.
That's awesome. I'm looking forward to meeting all kinds of people. I'm so many just internet, acquaintances.
Yep.
Will become real. It's cool.
So, if people want to find you online, where's the best place to go view your stuff, get a hold of you?
Smearballs.com, my half-ass website.
Is that with an S or a Z? With an S?
With an S, yes.
With an S. Smearballs.com.
And, it's got links to all the places.
Cool.
Awesome.
We're going to get out of here. You can rate us on iTunes. You can leave a review. It helps get our ratings up. You can also subscribe on your podcatcher of choice. That helps as well. You can subscribe to our new newsletter, which I need to get a little link to for that. But basically, if you go to mograph.com and you go to any of the sign up for more information things there, that'll get you on the newsletter. You can say you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt with the Mograph logo tee, the Paul Babb Feel the Bab 2020 shirt. All the profits from that go to Doctors Without Borders, and then the Render Things shirt, hoodie, and long sleeve shirt that's out now, which I really, really love. And
And where do they find those? They just go to Amazon, right?
Just go to Amazon. Yeah. Well, eventually we'll have a little product page put up and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we're still working on it.
Yeah, so that's about it. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, and of course YouTube and mograph.com. And thanks everybody for tuning into our first show. We're really ready to start doing some new fun stuff. Start seeing that throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah, maybe I'll start doing tutorials again.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be good if we had tutorials.
It's funny.
Man, you're just piling on the Instagram filters now.
Yeah,
that's working real well.
I maxed it out.
Yeah, it's working real well.
Well, it was an honor to be the first Mograph.com podcaster. I appreciate it.
It should be on. It wasn't an April Fool's joke.
It wasn't an April Fool's joke.
We should have pointed that out at the beginning. This is not an April Fool's joke.
No,
no, we said
it.
Yeah.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not an
Maybe
April
we didn't
Fool's
stress that enough.
Yeah.
But looking forward to Vegas. It'll be fun.
Yeah,
partying with you guys.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. We're gonna get out of here. Until next week. I'm Dave.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Nick.
Have a good one.
Later, yo.
Later. All right, I'm gonna stop my recording.
He almost said the thing. He didn't quite say the thing, but he almost said the thing.
What did you have to say?
Oh, we had to change our things that we say just a little bit for the new brand.
Oh. Can't say bro anymore. You're not bros.
All right, well, we're still live. We're gonna take off the stuff and things here. Got a little music going. Dun, 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 dun. We're gonna log off and then I'll get with you about the file here.
Mosack Mixdown number 2. Exporting.